Everyone. All right, so here a little touch base update. We're in the middle of the EMF2 practical workshop, which is an extension of the EMF1 guided online course. So these people have all done weeks and weeks of training and are already active in the field assessing homes, and they're here now to sort of fine-tune their skills and get a heap more extra experience. So we got 4 days and we're basically running our little tushies off, going from house to house and assessing. And so yesterday we did an assessment in Sue's house, who was somebody who responded to our email that we were offering 6 free home assessments in the Melbourne area. And anyway, it was, I mean, every house is interesting and unique, but this one was very special. So do you guys want to elaborate on it a little bit and sort of introduce yourself? That'd be good.
Yeah.
Kelvin?
Hi, I'm Kelvin. I'm a holistic osteopath in Echuca. So coming down to Melbourne and assessing Sue's place, which is a block of units, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Townhouses. And so she was, she'd already had a information about EMRs, and so she was quite welcoming, and it was nice to see that she was open to see all of us in her place, which was very, very grateful of that. So thank you, Sue. And the most interesting thing that I come across, and probably for us all, was the a magnetic field that we found. So, and also it was great to see also Patrick go through his assessment as well. So thank you, Patrick.
Yeah. And that magnetic field, why was it so interesting? I mean, we always measure from magnetic fields, but Sue actually had an amateur EMF meter, and she was sort of, in her words, she was so focused on the radio frequency radiation story, and she had also purchased a canopy from us already without having an assessment done. But when we were investigating magnetic fields, they were actually quite high. We had, about 2.6 to 4 milligauss throughout the house. And what it turned out to be is that there was this pipe going underneath the units, one unit to the other. It came out the wall at the end, and basically we could see it go over the fence and into the next property. And we had 2 amps worth of electricity running on that pipe. So it'll be returning current that's not supposed to be there. So we had a massive magnetic field. So, and as it happened, her bed was right where that pipe was tracking towards the hot water service. And so her bed was in a terrible state on account of magnetic fields, but she'd never really looked to investigate that. So that was something, you don't bump into that often, which, I mean, it's terrible to find, but it's empowering to find, so we can do something about it.
Yeah, and she was focused on more the internet and the Wi-Fi than that, so it was really mind-opening for her.
Duncan?
Yeah, everyone, Duncan from Adelaide. Come up to Melbourne to kind of hone my skills. It was a very interesting session yesterday to see the type of kind of radiation you find in the house. So the magnetic fields coming through the middle of the house was very interesting, and to identify and track along. Electric fields, we did a bit of electric field work with the circuit breaker panel, and we got it down quite nicely by isolating. I think there were 3 circuits which were causing problems in her room, so we were able to get that down kind of to the desired level. And in terms of the high frequency radiation coming from the exterior mobile towers, she seemed to sit kind of in between 3. I think she was quite up on a hill, so I think she was being exposed to quite a lot of that radiation, but she has an over canopy purchased from GeoVital, which seemed to work really, really well. And once again, dropped her numbers down. So her high frequency radiation, she was in good order there with that.
Yeah,
so,
good shape.
Yeah.
The readings when the canopy, the Nova canopy for radio frequency was up, not providing any protection from radio frequency radiation, the readings were 2200 microvolts. But with the canopy down, providing protection, the reading was 30 or less, and we found that with even a slight opening in the curtain, the readings were higher, and as soon as we closed the curtain completely, the readings were very, very good. So that Sue was very pleased that the canopy was providing her the protection from the radio frequency that she wanted.
Yeah. And yeah, it just highlighted, I mean, the levels were nice and low basically when we measured, but when we took a little bit more care and actually making that fabric overlap, you know, we saw such an enormous further drop, which was fantastic. Keen?
My name's Keen Kasan. I'm based in Denmark in Western Australia. Yeah, that was a fascinating consultation yesterday. The stray current was possibly the most interesting part, causing the magnetic fields, and also the Nova fabric, the canopy, that was shown to be very effective. And yeah, she was a very good client and very happy for us to be there. And yeah, it was great overall.
Yeah.
Good to see.
And great banana cake.
Oh, beautiful. The highlight.
Jamie, 3 words?
Yes, I'm Jamie from up the Gold Coast. So for me, yeah, it was interesting to see that stray current on the pipe, and I think it sort of drove home the fact that the problem might not always be just in the client's house. That was once we switched off her power and realised the current wasn't coming from her apartment, that it's coming from somewhere else. So I guess that's something we can help the client with to identify where that is and head them in the right path to investigate that further. And also too, obviously we were a bit hands-on with our first bit of geopathic stress training yesterday. So to see Patrick finish off the session with the geopathic stress stuff in the room too was good for us to get a look at that.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, that's a little flying update of us during the EMF2 training. So we're on to Natasha next. So once we're finished there, we'll give you a little bit of a rundown of you know, what sort of unique things we found there. So anyway, thanks for your interest, and yeah, find out more on this channel and go to the GeoVital website at en.geovital.com. All right, thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
How do we turn this off? Yeah. There we go. Share. Try that. No. Go on. How do I? You see it all live happening here, eh, aren't you? I mean, there's a cross there. I don't want to tap the cross. Turn camera. Well, there's nothing else I can do here. Save, highlight, mute, microphone, cancel. No. All right. Here we go. You want to touch the cross? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah.